wanted to give a quick update on how Maggie has been doing. If you're new here, Maggie is our 9-year-old who is on the autism spectrum. She was diagnosed when she was 3. I have been asked a lot whether or not she's verbal. She is verbal, but her communication isn't probably what a lot of people think of when they think of verbal.
No.
Whoa, you okay?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Here, you have a little bit of hair in your mouth. Can I get the hair?
No.
Snow.
Water.
Water.
Run, please.
Run.
Water.
And it can be really, really hard to explain it just in words. Her speech isn't super typical, but between words, between her grabbing my hand, between scripting, and just a whole bunch of different ways of communicating, we have a pretty solid system of communication where she is able to tell us what she's thinking a lot of the time. I'm sure she has a lot more thoughts in her head that she can't get across to us, but it seems like a lot of the time she is able to express herself in just really creative ways, a lot of times verbally, using words just in completely unexpected ways to tell us what she's thinking. Lately though, her verbal expressions seem to be going through the roof. That has been really cool. It seems like it was kind of a hard transition because we did take her out of school at the end of the school year, and that actually meant she had a lot more time at home, which is the whole point. That was what we wanted. We wanted her to have more time with our family. We wanted her to have the evenings and the afternoons free to just be a kid and have time to run around and to not be so busy. And so that was a big part of what we were going for when we took her out of school and started homeschooling her, and she has therapy for part of the day, and then she's home with us for part of the day. At first, that change in schedule, just any change in schedule, has the potential to be really tough. And at the beginning of summer, it seemed like it was a little bit bumpy, just getting used to things being a different way from how they had been. She really seems to have settled in now, and she seems really happy. She knows the schedule. She knows that she gets up in the morning, she takes her medicine, she takes a bath. She knows what's expected of her most days. I mean, there is some variation, and she's also been taking those schedule changes like a champ. But my favorite thing is probably that she's obviously enjoying spending a lot of time with the entire family. She's been hanging out with us a lot more. Instead of like before, she would either want to be in the basement or up in her room. It just seemed like it was too loud. By the time she came home, when she would get home at the end of the day, she was just done sensory-wise, and she didn't want to be around her brothers and sisters who are loud. And so she would just come home and kind of want to be away from all of us and just want to go in her room. And now when she comes home, she'll come and she will play with her brothers and sisters. She'll grab my hand and she will talk my ear off, talking about mermaids, talking about snow, talking about swimming. It is a lot of scripting, but it's really, really cool. And she's talking about new things all the time, which is amazing. She is seeming to get a lot more patient right now, where it can definitely be a challenge for her waiting when she wants something. She asks for it and she wants it right away. And we've been working on, when you ask for something, waiting a little bit, like washing your hands before you get what you want, or just pushing that out a little bit longer. And that really seems to be clicking too, that she can ask for something and then there might be a little time before she gets it. And she is dealing with that better than she has in the past. I also adore her sense of humor. The other night, all 5 kids were on our couch, which is pretty small. I eventually want to get a sectional because one 3-person couch with me and 5 kids on it is pretty squished, but we were all squished on it, which was pretty fun. We were just kind of playing around and talking, and I said, okay, you guys, let's pretend we're on a pirate ship. If we were on a pirate ship and the pirate said we either had to walk the plank or become pirates, what would you do? And James said, walk the plank. And Patrick said, I'd learn how to swim on the way down as I walked the plank and walk the plank and jump into the water and swim away. And Sadie said, I'd walk the plank and turn into a mermaid. And Maggie, without missing a beat, when I said, Maggie, your turn, what would you do? Maggie said, pirate. And in the moment, it was just so funny. I don't know. She was just laying back, holding Tessie's hand, very, very serious in her answer. I have been painting little mermaids in her room on the days that I have extra time in the mornings. I only do it on the mornings so that it has time to dry by the time she gets home. But because she won't keep anything on the walls in her room, and she really tears apart any decorations or anything that's in her room, she's broken 2 beds, a bookshelf, a dresser, any furniture, a chair. So yeah, anything pretty much that we've put in there, anything we put on the walls. So her room just doesn't have decorations or really furniture other than 2 mattresses. And I'm always rearranging those 2 mattresses and trying to make it look nice. And then she's always like throwing everything around. So I started painting these little mermaids all over her room. And every day that I've done it, I tell her when I pick her up, and I show her a picture of it when I pick her up. And then we drive home, which is about 30 miles, and pick up Tessie. So it's a long time for her to think about it, forget about it. I won't mention it again. As soon as we get home, her and Tessie both go tearing upstairs to the bedroom, and we'll find the mermaids and sit there staring at the mermaids and pointing to them and naming them, and it is one of my favorite things in the entire world. She found it already. Oh, do you love it, Maggie? I did it today. What's her name?
Mermaid.
What's the mermaid's name? Did you name her?
Melissa?
Yeah. I can take your harness off. Turn around. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh. Unzipped it. What's the mermaid's name? Tessie, look, mermaid. Tessie. And did you see I did an ocean?
A pot?
I did ocean for the bottom part, Megs. There's her mermaid and some coral. Ew, look.
Stuck.
See, Tessie's looking at it.
Stuck. Oh no.
Oh no, it's stuck. Oh, it's stuck, yeah.
Stuck.
It's stuck. Do you like her?
Stuck.
What are you gonna name her? That is stuck. And in reading news, well, it can be really hard when we're doing school to get Maggie to look at books. We were at the doctor's office the other day, and I just started randomly grabbing books and pointing at words. And every time she looked at the book, she would immediately, first try, read the word that I pointed to without hesitation. So that girl can read a lot better than anyone knew last year. She is full of surprises. Another one is the other day, she pickpocketed me and stole my phone. She asked to use the bathroom, and then when she walked by me in the kitchen, she must have stolen my phone. Because sometime later, I realized that my phone was gone, and I had no idea where it was. And I went looking for it all over, and finally, Maggie had already gone to bed at this point, so she was up in her bedroom. I asked Paul if he had seen it when he put her to bed, because he's the one who tucks her in, they read stories together and do all that. He gives her her medicine, gets her ready. So he said no, he hadn't seen it. So this is what had to have happened for this to have worked out. She must have taken it upstairs into her room. She had to have, at this point, she actually broke the doors on her closet a couple weeks ago. All of the closets in this house just don't have very good doors. So she still had closets on her doors at that point. So she must have slid my phone under the closet doors, waited till she was tucked into bed, gone over, slid it back out under the closet doors. My phone has a 6-digit password. It's not a big secret around here what it is. Kids are always asking because that works as the remote for both TVs. So they're always asking for the password to unlock it. And I pretty frequently say it out loud. However, has Maggie ever unlocked my phone? Not to my knowledge before this point. And well, basically no, not before this point. Because Maggie isn't really trusted with my phone, because Maggie's broken like a Kindle and iPad. She's not really gentle with electronic devices. And she also has a tendency, when she's supervised with my phone, of taking it and moving all of the icons like all around. And she doesn't really actually usually play on my phone. All she wants to do is move the icons and rearrange them. So Dunkin' Donuts and Kindle and the Amazon Fire controls are all right next to each other because those are her favorite things. So anyways, I try to get her to look at the Kindle app, but she won't actually usually look at it unless I'm looking at it with her. So Paul goes back up and sneaks back upstairs and suddenly opens the door to her room without letting her hear beforehand. And there she is sitting on her bed with my phone. She has completely broken off. She'd broken off this thing. She had taken off the whole entire case, so it was completely out of the case. And it was unlocked. Which means, has to mean, since she pickpocketed it and it was locked in my pocket and I hadn't been using it anytime recently when she took it, that she knows my password. So yeah, she definitely is every bit as brilliant as we have always suspected through the years, and she's gotten really, really good at pickpocketing it. She's probably managed to pickpocket me for things that she wanted like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 weeks. And usually the good thing is that usually when she does it, either Paul or one of the other kids sees her and is like, Maggie just took this out of your pocket, Mom. So Maggie, master pickpocket, master lock breaker. Girl's got some talents. Anyways, I know I'm forgetting things. There's something that's like just barely evading my memory that I knew I wanted to add to this, and I just can't think of it right now. I probably will as soon as I finish editing this video, but next time. For now, that's it for today. If you like this video, we'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in all things autism, we'd love it if you'd hit subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.